Alright, so we gave the intake manifold a pretty quick clean in the old parts washer. It's a heated parts washer, so it runs like detergent and water and a heater, and it works out pretty well. This is pretty disgusting earlier. Not sure if I have a video of it, or it was in the last video. But our new kind of game plan here is to run these 4 throttle bodies. So we're probably going to have 2 per bank, if we can rock it that way, or probably just put them together, to be honest, and then have the 4 come off somewhere else into kind of a shared filter. We're going to run them at the back of the motor, and because the intake manifold has a lot of room to hump up here, and I have a lot of room back here because of how far forward the engine is, and we might as well utilize it. We can make some sort of air box over in this area, or just put cone filters on them, little pod filters. So these are off of a Ford 460. They're 1 7/8 diameter. So if you add them all together, we'll do the math. So we have 1 7/8 diameter, pi r squared, and then we add them all 4 together, and then we ask ChatGPT, and that gives us a throttle body size of 3.75 inches. Now, if we do that same math and we take it to the 1 3/4 inch throttle bodies we had, which were the Triumph ones here, that did give us a 4 1/4 or 4.67. So a very big throttle body, more than you'd ever really need, especially for the horsepower aspirations of this build. I mean, we're probably, if everything went well and I got 400 wheel, which is like 90 more horsepower than I got before, I'd be over the moon. We're not shooting to break barriers. I mean, that's the build it yourself guys. They're the ones going ham, and all the power to them. Probably buy a shirt when they have some swag available. But yeah, so we're thinking of running those 4. And yeah, it might be kind of neat. The reason we're going to run these is it's what I have laying around. I have those, I have the ITBs, and then I have a bunch that were off of smaller motors. This is the 5.9 liter inline 4-cylinder. These are much smaller at a diameter of, I mean, what do we have here? 1 3/4. So they're like the ITBs, and 4 of them, I mean, that's probably going to be on the small side of things. To give a reference, I mean, these 4 together are bigger than like an LM7 throttle body stock. That's a big old throttle body. Some of the benefits we'll have with this is that they actually adapt to their own linkages pretty easily. They have a little ball joint there, and yeah, OEM little rods that you can kind of mix and match. We'll have to adjust the length a little bit, but yeah, it'll all work. And I'm hoping that it'll have a cool sound to it. You know, I'm doubtful of that fun, raspy, kind of throaty ITB sound. But, we'll make something neat. See how it turns out. I think it'll be alright. So we're basically just going to cut these around here. Or I might just go right to the top because we have that room. And then give it a little bit of slope back. This one will just probably cut her here. Run a straight tube into the back of the manifold on both sides, and then we can have a smaller, wide, humpish throttle. We're not going to be in the way of anything because this is an open valley in here. There's fuck all going on. Here, we'll drop this on here just to show you. Make sure we don't scratch up any flanges. And yeah, we're in the rough position there. So you can see we have room. We'll grab the throttle bodies. We have that room behind the bell housing. Drop these in here. Oh, lost the rod. But yeah, you see we have this much room here to fit them in there, and then either have the intake come across. I mean, we can adapt these heater pipes. I found a hole in there, which is, I'm glad we found that now. But that would actually usually go to the PCV system. It would have a breather tube here that ran coolant, I didn't know that was a thing, but I guess these do. Same with that one. I've always been running that to the recirculation into the pressurized reservoir for the coolant. I ran both of them together. I might do the same thing just for more ports for air to bleed out, the better. So yeah, I was hoping that I could run them like this. Oop, don't want to lose that. Put that there. Hoping I could kind of run them like that, but it's just too damn wide to do it that way. So we're gonna have to go vertical. It's kind of a shame because the intake will kind of hide all that. But I think if we do this right, we can make this look kind of cool. But it's going to be a bit of work. But I've got some scrap aluminum. I'm kind of on my dregs of that. I wish before I was fired at my last job, I would have grabbed more. But such is life. You can kind of see the angle of the intake, how that last two runners, or the first of the cylinders, are going to have to be cut down a little bit. But I think mating them to a tube is going to be very easy. And the rest, there's room. And I can even cut the hood if I have to, or lift the hood a tiny bit. It's not the end of the world. Or kind of modify the intake. But yeah, I think it'll be a big old plenum. It'll be short runner, which might not be good for high end. But I mean, our top end's going to be around, 6,000, 6,500 RPM. So not Screaming Eagle level of RPM. But yeah, that's where we're at. Doing a bunch of cleaning and making it so I can actually weld a bit better. I didn't do it on this guy, and I regret it. But I also forgot I clear coated the whole thing. So it was just a nightmare from the start. But yeah, quad throttle or dual twin. I don't know what I'd call it. But hopefully it sounds neat. So yeah, tell me what you think. Smell you later.